Welcome to Speed in Color, a podcast and YouTube channel about custom motorcycle culture. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to get all the latest content. You can also follow Speed in Color on Instagram. We hope you enjoy the show.
I want to talk to you today about the Bad Livin Roadshow. But before we take a look back at the 2024 Bad Livin Roadshow, I want to look ahead to 2025. It was just announced last week that the 2025 Bad Livin Roadshow is going to be at Frontier Ghost Town again on July 18th to 20th. So if you like custom motorcycles, old school choppers, if you like activities and giveaway motorcycles and camping and all that stuff, man, Bad Livin is the place you want to be. And I would love to meet you there July 18th to 20th, 2025. Now, let's take a look back at 2024. And Karen and I were there. We had a great time. Amazing show. We're so excited. If you've watched some of my other stuff here, Karen wants to go back and she wants me to build a new bike for next year. So I'm working on an XS 650 chopper. Hopefully we'll get that done, but we are going to be there one way or another. Like I say, we had an absolutely great time. While I was there, I was able to record some short pieces, and I want to start with one here that, one thing we learned, Bad Livin is a long ways away. Durham, Ontario is a long drive from Calgary. We did, give or take, 3,300 kilometers. So it was long, and this first video I'm going to show you is when we got there, and we hadn't done much. It was the Friday. We were getting ready for setup, and we were whooped. We were whooped. We won't do it the same way again, that's for sure. But I thought, let's start off. I'm going to show you that short video, and then we can talk some more about the Bad Livin Roadshow. So take a look at this video, and I'll be back in a minute. Hey, we made it. Bad Livin Roadshow. It's awesome. Durham, Ontario. I'll tell you what, the weather is fantastic. The roads here, unbelievable. So smooth, so good. I had the ride of my life today. If you're not here, you're missing out. There. So as you can tell, we were a little bit beat. We were a little bit tired. And we managed to get set up on the Friday. We took a look around. I got to tell you, what a great show. My experience is with motorcycle events, some of them are just meant to be. Some of them are meant to take off. A lot of shows stay small. They are what they are, and they're okay. But there's these unique events, and when I say unique, they're different from other shows, and it's really hard to copy them. But it's all the components, the location and the timing, and the people in the area, the amenities. Everything seems to come together to make something truly exceptional. And, I don't want to go through a list of shows in Canada or the US because undoubtedly I'll leave somebody out, and everybody's going to be commenting, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But everybody's going to be commenting saying, how could you forget this show? Or why didn't you mention this one? So I'm just going to choose to focus on Bad Livin. But yes, this show, everything comes together. It really, really is good. The history of the show is that it used to be the Freedom Show. I think that was the title, from what I could get from people. And Freedom, I think the last Freedom show was in 2022, and it was at this same location, this Frontier Ghost Town. And the pandemic, whatever whatever happened, whatever took its toll. 2022 was the last year for it. There was no motorcycle show at Frontier Ghost Town in 2023. And it got resurrected in the form of the Bad Livin Roadshow for 2024. So 2024 was the first year for the show. I've got some footage here that I'll show you of the Frontier Ghost Town. This place is phenomenal. It's unbelievable. It's been used for movie production. I understand that it gets rented out for events like weddings and special occasions. The buildings are unbelievable. There's so much there. It really, really is exceptional. The other thing that's exceptional about it, and I think what makes this show really good, the show is not a one-day show. It's not an in-and-out deal. It's really over 3 days. And the camping that's available. Campgrounds are really way better than I expected. And I'll tell you the truth. I went down there. I didn't really know what to expect. This was all kind of new for me. And when I got there and I looked around, and it was good, there were invited bikes, and there were lots of vendors, and there was lots of stuff on display, and lots of good people and everything. And I thought, well, this is really good. And it wasn't until the Saturday that Karen and I went for a walk, got some time, went out for a walk, and walked through the campground. Well, I gotta tell you, there were so many bikes in the campground that we hadn't seen, as part of the show. It's kind of funny that way. People pull in and they go camp, and all these choppers and there's other bikes as well, but choppers are a main theme at this show. There's all these old school choppers just, with tents, and they're all over the place in this campground. And it was huge. It was huge. I have to get Lee to tell me how many people were there, or whatever his count was. But it was really, really good. The amount of campers was incredible. So you got this great camping. The location is so good. The location in general, southwestern Ontario, I guess you'd call that southwestern, Western Ontario for sure. That area, I mean, you've got Lake Huron, you've got Grand Bend, you've got all kinds of cottage country and lakes and just places to stay and cottages to rent, and the roads and all these roads go through secondary highways, and they all go through these small towns like Hanover, where we stayed, Durham, where the show is technically at, although it's a ways out of town. So you have all this beautiful country and these beautiful roads, and the riding was good. And actually, while I'm talking about the riding, I want to show you this next video and let you get a look at this, because this really tells you how this is a gut feel. This is a real honest reaction to the event and the place, to everything I'm talking about. So let's take a look at this video, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Well, we made it. Here we are at the Bad Livin Roadshow. Boy, what a trip. Those were hard days. Karen got a little bit tired. Karen got kind of pissy with me for a while there. It was a tough trip. 3,162 kilometers. Everything went really well. Unloaded the bike this morning, and got to check it over. Absolutely no problems. Took a good look at the trailer. Everything seems fine there. As I told you, there's some things I want to change on the trailer, but we'll get into that later. But overall, very, very happy with that Marlin trailer. working really, really well. And of course the bike, man, do I love this bike. You know, we rolled it off the trailer. I hit the starter, it fired up right away. No issues. Just a pleasure. Really happy with the way that Hammer Performance 1275 worked out. Just really rock solid. So then I got to ride over here, and I'm going to tell you, now I know part of why there's such a chopper scene here. We rode, I don't know how many kilometers we went. I'm going to guess it's a 40-kilometer ride over here. It's not huge. But we went out, we left Hanover, went down Concession Road 2 to Grey Road 3, Grey Road 3 up to Grey Road 25, Grey Road 25 across to Highway 6, down Highway 6 to Grey Road 12, Grey Road 12 into Bad Livin. This is Frontier Town. Rick owns this place, really cool, met the owner. So we pulled in here, and what a fantastic ride. I didn't have to dodge bumps. I never once had one of those jarring hits. Smooth roads, beautiful roads, just I was able to crack it open a few times and have some fun with it. Karen said it looked like I was having a pretty good time. And just a super enjoyable ride. And that's what the roads are like around here. And there's all kinds of custom motorcycles and hot rods and everything. And now I understand why the roads are so good. They're out having a good time and everything. You know, my message, my thought for today for you is, hey, Calgary, fix the fucking roads. Oh my goodness, somebody's gonna die on those roads. You know, same goes, Miss Smith, would you please get your UCP government to do something about the damn roads in Alberta? You know, stop doling out money to special interest motorcycle groups who think they're about something like safety, and actually fix the damn roads so they're safer and we'll be going somewhere. Anyway, that was my rant for today, and we'll let that go at that. We'll talk more about it later. But anyway, we got here, the Bad Livin Roadshow. Amazing. I'm going to have a bunch of footage for you here. What Lee and his volunteers and the sponsors have done is just absolutely unbelievable. This is going to be quite a show this weekend. It's Friday, it's filling up, people are still setting up. I'll take a walk around, get some footage and stuff, but this is just an amazing show. I absolutely love it. So, everything is good. Everything is working out just fine. We are happy. I've had a great Ontario ride on my bike, and you know what? We'll be talking to you again soon. So I think you can tell by that I was pretty pumped. I was pretty excited. You know, everything worked out really well. I had a great ride to and from the event. Again, the area is so good, and the roads are so good, and I talked about it in the video, but you know, Grey Road this to Highway this, and just you know, it was a funny deal. We went for a drive when we got there. I think we got in on the Thursday night, so we went for a drive just to scope out the area. We left the trailer and the bike at Grey Rose Suites in Hanover, and I got to get Karen to book that this week so that you don't all get ahead of me. Grey Rose Suites in Hanover, they call it a boutique hotel. Really, really nice. Man, nice rooms, beautiful people, exceptional. We had a really, really good time, and several good restaurants in Hanover. Yeah, you know, the camping is awesome. Not for me. Karen and I are kind of beyond the camping thing, or not beyond it. We're too freaking old, let's be honest. So we decided to stay in a hotel. We stayed at this Grey Rose Suites, and it was just wonderful. But anyway, we left the trailer and the bike there. They allowed us to put them in the garage and close it up so nobody knew what was there. And off we went to check things out. And as we were headed over to Durham, we hit construction on one of the roads. And that wasn't going to be done in time for the next day, for the event. So we took a look at the construction and we thought, oh man, I don't want to ride through this. This will be nasty. It was pretty rough and dirt and, it was all torn up. Anyway, so we went into Durham and I stopped by the local fire hall and went in and talked to a young man. And I said, got to get from Hanover to Frontier Ghost Town. Can you tell me what the best route would be or what a good route would be? And he was very funny. He said, I don't know if I can tell you the names of the roads and stuff, because he said, I just go and I know where I'm going. But he said, I can definitely tell you how to get there and draw you a little map. So he drew me this really cool little map that said, stop sign here, big tree on the left here, whatever it was. And he gave me instructions for how to get a different way to the Frontier Ghost Town. And it turned out the roads that he sent me on were absolutely fantastic. It was really, really good. His instructions were bang on. Every turn, everything was exactly the way he described it. And I was able to get over there, and it turned out it was probably twice as long as if that other road had been open. But it was really, really good to take that route and go that way. So that was good. So again, Grey Rose Suites in Hanover. There's other places to stay in Hanover as well. I don't know how much there is in Durham. Durham's pretty small. But there's lots of other places around there too. So like I say, you got lakes, you got good roads to ride on. You get so much to see. I would, if I was going there from any distance away, I would certainly allow some extra time. Karen and I are kind of familiar with the area. I would allow some extra time to go over to Grand Bend, which is right on the lake. It's beautiful. There's a big, beautiful beach there. It's a funky little town. Lots of stuff going on. So I would go over to Grand Bend and maybe spend some time over there. And then there's just lots of other areas as well. I haven't been there yet, but I believe it's the Black Horseman Inn that is a sponsor of Bad Livin Roadshow, and that looks really cool. We got to get there next year. So lots of places to stay, lots of things to do. Extend your trip, hang around for a while, get to know the area. And of course, you're not far from Stratford, places like that. So lots and lots to do. Anyway, we got there, and Saturday we were all set up and it was fun, and we did a podcast, and it was kind of cool because we actually had a little audience for the podcast, and I got to know the Queen Street Moto Boys, and we had lots of fun with that. And if you haven't watched the podcast, I would encourage you to take a look. Interesting group of young men riding metric choppers and having a whale of a time. So really good to get to know them. There was wrestling, which was unbelievable in this Frontier Ghost Town that we were watching wrestling. But they set up a ring and did this wrestling. And then the band started. And I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, I'm more of a rock and roll guy. Yeah. I'm more The Doors or ZZ Top or, whatever. This was a little, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was punk or what. It was a little punky. I was kind of surprised that old school chopper guys would be into that kind of music. Evidently they are. Whatever. It wasn't terrible. It was okay, and it was live music. Live music's never a bad thing. So there were live bands playing and lots of crazy stuff going on. Just a lot of fun. And I think there may have been bands on the Friday night too. As a matter of fact, Maybe the wrestling was on the Friday. Geez, I can't remember. It's kind of a blur, but those things are all there. Later in the day, Saturday, was kind of a key moment when they gave away a motorcycle. Triumph, kind of cool. Somebody had painted it. Sponsors were involved in it. Parts were supplied and things happened, and this bike came together. So that was really cool to see. And the guy who won it was just over the top. It was crazy. Everybody knew him. A pretty tight group down there. For the amount of people there, it's amazing that everybody knows each other and stuff. So that was really good. You know what? I'm going to show you some of the bikes. And unfortunately, if you're listening to the podcast, you're going to have a little interlude here. Maybe I'll do a little voiceover. So that the podcast works too. But I want to show you some of the bikes, and I'll come back to you again here right away.
Man, the Bad Livin Roadshow is the Canadian mecca for old school choppers. From the longest ass chopper you've ever seen to short little bobbers, rat bikes, resto bikes, and wild customs is all there. Whether you're into metric choppers, Triumphs, XS 650s, or Harleys, you'll find what you're looking for. Hell, man, there was even a divorced Ironhead there. How many of those do you see at shows? Make your plans now to be at Frontier Ghost Town for the 2025 Bad Livin Roadshow.
Yeah, there were lots of cool bikes at the show, and like I say, in the campground there were even more. Anyway, lots and lots of cool stuff. I want to tell you about the guy who put this together, or about what I know about him anyway. Lee Sipes, man, Lee, you rock, buddy. If you don't know Lee, or even if you do, you might want to take a look back at the episodes here at Speed and Color, and you'll find one of our early ones when I did a remote interview with Lee, and it was a lot of fun. I really like doing interviews in person rather than remotely, but we didn't have a choice. We had to get that one done, and we wanted to promote the event, and I think it worked out pretty well, and we did get decent views on it, and it's all good. But Lee Sipes, man, oh man, this guy, where he gets his passion and his drive and his enthusiasm, he's one of those guys. And, you know, when I talked about the uniqueness of events and things that just come together, Lee Sipes is the guy to put together the Bad Livin Roadshow. He just is. He's right for it. It's right for him, whatever it is. You know, he has a passion for old school choppers. He's well known in the area. How this guy works full time and fits all this other stuff in, his Tuesday night get-togethers that he used to do. I don't think he did them this year because he just didn't have time. But, you know, he puts together these Tuesday night, two-wheel Tuesdays or whatever they call it. He's done that. I think he used to help out with the Freedom Show. So he's definitely got some experience. He didn't walk into this blind, but I got to tell you, organizing sponsors and vendors and putting this whole thing together, and I don't know what Lee had for help. My goodness, he must have had some help. But anyway, he pulled this whole thing together, and I hadn't met him in person until I got there. And I went looking for him. He is way bigger physically than than I had imagined. Lee's a pretty big boy. He's tall, and he's certainly not a fat guy, but he's just a substantial man. He's a whole bunch of material there. And he wears this, what would be for most other people a ridiculously big sun hat. For Lee, it works. It's probably about the size it should be. So you can find, all you have to do is look for the sun hat above the crowd, and you'll find Lee. And, you know, he had this all planned out. Everything was in place. There were no issues. I didn't hear any complaining or whining. Everything worked. Everything, I gotta say, it appeared that he had thought of everything. I didn't see anything catch him off guard or surprise him. And he really did a great job of pulling this whole thing together. And I think what's really cool is he appeared to be having a really good time himself. He appeared to really enjoy it. He was on the move all day long. Oh my goodness, I don't know where the guy gets his energy. And in the middle of all of that, while we were doing the Queen Street Moto podcast, he found time to come over and to chuck a moon at my guests. And the Queen Street boys got a chuckle out of it, as did I, except I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, how long has it been since somebody mooned me? Anyway, it was a special moment. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. But Lee Sipes, like I say, man, total respect for you. I don't know how you did it. I can only imagine that 2025 is going to be, I don't know how, but I know it's going to be bigger and better than 2024. I can't imagine it. I don't know how, but I know that you are the guy to pull it off and bring it together. And thank you. And again, I don't have a list of them, and I'm not going to read them off. But thank you to all the sponsors. You're fantastic. That is a great show, and we appreciate you so much. And to the vendors. And we're going to meet a couple of the vendors here in a minute. But to the vendors, oh my goodness, what setups, what great products, just really, really well done, really, really good. And of course to Rick, the owner of the Frontier Ghost Town. Came over, introduced himself to Karen and I. What a nice man, and having a good time. And again, not worried about the property or anything. And everybody, thank you to all the participants. I mean, man, there was nothing that went on that was crazy. Everybody was so respectful of the bikes, of the location. It was just really a good deal from everything I saw. And I just think that was really excellent. So I got to tell you, this is an event that I hope continues to grow, or maybe just grows a little bit and then stays the way it is. But it's an event you got to go to. And I can see myself going back year after year after year. Just a rock solid deal, really good time, lots of fun, and can't wait to get back there again. What I'd like to do now is share a couple of the people that we met there, a couple of the vendors. I'd like to start with Perth County Moto. I had a chat with Jeff, and I'm going to play that clip for you now, and I'll be back in a minute. Hey everybody, here we are at the Bad Livin Roadshow, and I'm with a couple of guys, local businessmen. We have Jeff from Perth County Moto.
How's it going?
And we have Graham from Almost Old School Motorcycles.
How's it going, guys?
And these two guys seem to be at the core of the motorcycle community, the culture here. I hear about these guys all the time. I met them last year when we came out and went to the Dice Magazine event at Shakespeare Brewing. So these guys just seem to be involved all the time, and I am going to get them to introduce themselves and their businesses to you. And yeah, we'll start with that. So Jeff, if you want to go first.
Sure. So I'm Jeff from Perth County Moto. We've been around for about 7 years. We're a motorcycle lifestyle retail shop. So we sell a lot of parts, a lot of custom vintage backyard builder stuff, as well as riding gear and just lifestyle, general lifestyle products, and try to be a hub for the community more than anything. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what we do, and we just moved to a new location. So yeah, we're just trying to expand on that being a hub and being an event space, really. So
super.
Yeah.
Graham?
I'm Graham. I run Almost Old School. I do stainless steel handlebars and sissy bars, other custom fabrication work. Yeah, pretty much any custom fab work. That's what I do.
Great.
Yeah.
The new shop, Jeff, how's it working out? How's the new location?
Yeah, it's been great. We're a lot bigger. We're about 7 times the size of our old spot. So we're easier to find. We've got our own parking now, so it's allowing us to offer more products and just be a bigger spot. So like I said, we want to do more events, so it's nice to have the space.
Bike nights, I see bike nights are going over pretty well.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. We do bike nights every Wednesday. So, and it's a great mix. We've been really lucky that we always get a nice mix of all types of bikes, from the newer Harleys and baggers, but a lot of vintage, custom, old metric. We get some old sport bikes and ADV riders, so it's a nice mix. It's a pretty chill crowd, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Will we see an anniversary party again this year?
Yes, we're still working on a date for that, but we'll definitely do that. That's something that we
Okay.
like to do each year, so yeah. for
Great,
sure.
great. Graham, what do you got going? What do you get involved in the bike nights or anything?
Yeah, I ride out to the bike nights. I'm just there to hang out, eat some hot dogs, and it's such a good group of people that come out to the bike nights.
Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
And you've got an event going on?
I do have an event coming up, September 1st at the Salty Dog Saloon in Toronto there. Chris from Vicious Cycle and I are putting on a riding event.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, come on out.
Excellent.
It's been nice to work with Grant. Like, we try to do
Yeah.
events together.
Yeah,
like the
we've
Dice
been-
event you
Yep.
mentioned.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Just, I think we both come from the same place of thinking it's about community first. So
Yep.
just trying to do events and connect with people and be a place where other people could come and connect, whatever they ride. And
Right.
so,
There's
And I-
similar interests and mindset on things, so.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when Karen and I came out last year and we went to that event and I saw the bikes and everybody seems to get along. There were vendors there. You guys all seem to be connected and nobody's in competition or beating the other guy up or anything.
Yeah.
And I just thought the community and the culture was so strong. It was so good. Now, of course, you guys have population here. I mean, Southern Ontario, I don't know how many more people you have than we have in Calgary, but it's a lot. So it was interesting to see how good the culture is here. And that's why we wanted to come back and talk to you guys and just get a feel for it. Bad Livin Roadshow, what's your impression? What do you think?
It's been great.
It's great, yeah.
We've got a lot of great memories at this venue, and it's such a great spot, a unique place for a bike event. And Lee's really kind of taken it on, made it his own thing, and it's a great, for his first year, I think it's a great event. He's got some people out here, some good quality bikes. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome to see everyone come in so early on Friday. Right away, as soon as it opened, it was full here. And everyone was ready to go and having a good time. And
Right.
yeah, it's awesome.
And you talk about being connected. Lee Sipes, is that the most connected guy on the planet or
Yeah.
what? When it comes to choppers, he seems to know everybody.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been doing it a while, and he knows
Yeah.
a lot of people in the scene, so to speak. And
Real
for sure,
good guy. So I'm going to throw a teaser out there, and both of these guys might be involved with this, is I am planning a series, a podcast/tubecast series on Yamaha XS650s. And Jeff has an absolutely beautiful XS650. And we're going to, we're going to talk to people in the industry who can help us with XS650, mainly choppers. There's lots of other styles, bobbers, cafe racers, all that kind of stuff. but the focus will probably be on the chopper bobber area. We're going to talk to, as I say, those specialty shops, see what we can put together, see who can help us, give us some information. So if you're into XS 650s, stay watching Speed and Color, because we got some good stuff coming.
Nice.
Gentlemen, anything else to tell us before we cut you loose?
I think that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks very much.
I look forward to the XS 650 series.
Great. So Perth County Moto, rock solid place, rock solid people. Really, really good. They have an online store. They have a physical location in Stratford, a new store that they just opened in 2024. They were downtown previously in what I thought was a pretty cool location. But the new one's really good too. And of course the people and the service and everything are what really make it. I think Wednesday nights are their bike nights. They get great bike counts out for bike nights. And Jeff, once a year, has an anniversary party, get-together, bike deal, I believe, at the store. And I've heard, I haven't been there for it yet, but I hear it is very well attended. And it happens in September. So if you're in the area, watch for that one, or even if you're a little bit, a little ways away, you'll want to watch for it. Really good deal. I can't say enough about Perth County Moto. So another fellow that we met, Sean from Chop Shop Industries. Again, so much cool stuff going on in around Toronto and everything. And, the way Sean's going at this is a little bit different. Really good guy. We were right beside him. So let's meet Sean and find out about Chop Shop Industries. So here we are, Bad Livin Roadshow with another vendor. This is Chop Shop Industries out of
London, Ontario.
London, Ontario. And this is our friend Sean. Sean, go ahead, introduce yourself and your business, please.
Yeah, I'm Sean from Chop Shop out of London, Ontario, and we specialize in parts and accessories for primarily Harley Davidson and custom motorcycles. And yeah.
Awesome, cool. How long in business?
Going into my 10th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw a lot of the Freedom shows here. Now you've been here for the first Bad Livin Roadshow?
Yep. We've been set up at Freedom from day one, and attending since day one, set up since year 2 and beyond. And yeah, it's always been a great turnout, and this is the first year of Bad Living. And again, another great turnout, lots of wicked bikes, good vibes, cool vendors, lots of live music, and overall it was a great first year.
Cool. I just took a walk down through the camping area. I can't believe how many more custom bikes are down there in the campground that we never got to see down here in the show.
That's right. This show brings out all kinds of bikes. More than that you would think would be around this area, and yeah, there's tons of bikes, lots of cool stuff here.
Good. So for you, the weekend was a success?
Yeah, absolute success. And for anyone who didn't get a chance to make it down, follow social media. I'm sure year 2's gonna continue, or I'm sure year 2's gonna happen. So keep it on social media, and definitely get a chance to come down here and check out Frontier Ghost Town and the Bad Livin Show. And just the whole overall vibe of the Frontier Ghost Town is something to see.
Yeah, it's a great location, great event. So tell me, how do people get a hold of you if they want to do business with Chop Shop? How do they get you?
Yeah, online, www.chopshopind.ca, toll free 1-833-493-3940. And of course, Instagram, Chop Shop IND, and or
Great.
Email as well.
Great. And what's the email address?
ChopShopInd@yahoo.ca.
Okay. And you will ship across the country?
Across Canada and even the US, and we do worldwide as well, but primarily Canada-wide.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We'll see you next year.
Absolutely.
Right on.
See you guys.
Well, there you go. Now you know a couple, well, more than a couple of the locals, but you know some of the local people. I've told you about the event. I don't know that there's really much more to say. I'm sure you can tell I'm a fan. I'm going back. Good deal. There's one guy that I meant to mention that I have to mention here and thank, and that's Luciano. Luciano was the videographer. I guess you'd call him that. Man, oh man, this guy, next to Lee, he was the hardest working guy at the Bad Livin Roadshow. He was running around doing video and photos all day long. I mean, this guy never stopped. And Luciano, I don't want to offend you, buddy, but you're not a real substantial man. You're kind of a skinny little dude, and you just motored all weekend. I was very impressed, and I did want to say thank you for all your effort and everything. I can hardly wait to see what you put together, because you got to have a ton of video there. So great job. Really, really appreciated having you there, and I look forward to getting in touch with you. So there you go. That is the Bad Livin Roadshow. Hey, if anybody out west here, you know, especially in the Calgary area, if you see this and you say, wow, that looks pretty cool, and you want to know more about it, reach out to me, DM an Instagram, or you can leave a comment here. I would be happy to travel down there with some people. Be great to have a bunch of people staying at the Grey Rose Suites. Yeah. Let's get a Western contingent down there if people are interested. For you guys in the U.S., you know what? It's not very far across the border. Just scoot north if you're down in that area, and go enjoy a little bit of Canadian hospitality. Anyway, I could go on and on. I'm not going to. I'm going to cut it off here. Just want to say thank you so much for watching Speed and Color. Really appreciate all of you. If you don't mind, tap the subscribe button. You don't have to pound it or bang it or smack it or anything like that. Just tap the subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so that you don't miss any BS. And follow on Instagram if you're so inclined. Talk to you again soon. Thank you.